sure if I should open.
Hey everyone, it is Desiree with Everything Horses and Livestock Magazine. We are here at Equifest of Kansas. With me, I have Jackie and Lane Jatzlau. Did I pronounce it right?
You got it.
It only took me 12 times to figure that out. No. So Jackie is here doing a barrel racing clinic. Came from Texas.
12 hours.
Welcome to Kansas. Welcome to Kansas.
I told my kids we were coming to find Toto.
There you go. We have good weather this time, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. Yeah. Compared to a couple weeks ago, absolutely,
yes, absolutely.
So Jackie and Lane have several things that they do. She trains colts. They've got a podcast called Married with Horses, correct?
Correct.
They've got a mentorship program that they just started called J2 Mentorship.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an official name, but yes, something like that.
That's okay. So can you tell us a little bit about that? A little bit?
Sure. I just wanted to, especially with COVID, to be able to reach out to a lot more people. We haven't been able to go on the road and do a lot of clinics. And, you know, with the technology now, it's just become the time where you can reach out to people that, I have several girls from Canada that can't get to me. I have girls from Indiana, from Arizona, Oregon, everywhere in between. They're spread out everywhere.
That's amazing.
It is.
And Lane, what's your part in it?
So my part in most of her business activities, from just about everything she does, is I act a little bit like her manager. I do a lot of the online presenting. I handle the business end of it. We find that it's a lot easier for Jackie to handle the horse aspect of it, to handle the interpersonal aspect of it, and let me handle all the behind the scenes button and knob turning to make everything go. So it seems to be a lot easier.
You know, that's awesome that you guys work together. You know, that's what it's about.
Sometimes much easier than others, for sure.
Exactly. That's life.
Sure.
That is life. Sure. But you know what? That's how you guys build a solid foundation.
Right.
And so, you know, I've listened to the podcasts.
Okay.
One in particular really touched deep to my heart. With my breast cancer, I struggled with my riding. I lost a lot of my upper body strength. Mm-hmm. I felt defeated. My colts were my passion. And I know you've gone through some of that. Would you want to tell us what happened and
Sure.
what's going on?
So actually, the past decade has been a little bit rough to me, but worse being, I've had 13 surgeries in 10 years.
Wow.
And of all different kinds. But in 2017, I had a colt buck me off. I'm not going to make it in the NFR as a bronc rider, but I got torpedoed basically, and I just absolutely destroyed my shoulder. I did some soft tissue damage, but basically I ruptured the joint, and I had 3 reconstructive surgeries of my shoulder, and I did not even get on a horse for 10 months. Both of my pregnancies combined, I was off longer for the shoulder surgery than both of those combined. So it was very tough, and I also herniated 3 discs in my neck.
So you had you did a lot of damage up top.
From the brain, from TBI, just traumatic brain injury stuff and concussions through the neck, into the shoulders, all the extremities. It was one thing after the other, which is real. It happens to a lot of people with colts, I believe.
Right. Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yes.
I can't say I've broken a bone or 2 here and there.
But I hurt my neck, but at that time, you know, I had been out of work for 10 months. I hadn't been on a horse. That's my passion. I've never not rode. And so I was ready to get back on. I chose to inject my neck and move on. And this last summer, my daughter and I were bathing horses. We went to catch her horse, and I was snapping the gate, and the horse was behind me, and I was just holding the rope, and she stepped on the lead rope really close to the halter, and right as I turned around, she, you know, realized that and did the thing where she throws her head up. And
I think we've all been there.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we met heads.
Oh, gosh.
And when that happened, it hyperextended my neck, and basically I went from having a herniated disc to it was mashing on my spinal cord.
Oh my goodness.
So I had surgery about 6 days later, but in that 6 days my hand completely curled up. I couldn't touch anything. My sensations were crazy. If I stuck my hands under a faucet, it felt like lava touching my skin.
Wow.
So it was very actually scary in a different aspect. But I had a disc replacement done in my neck, so I was only off about 3 months.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So neck surgery has changed a lot.
That is a miracle.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a new technology where they don't have to fuse anything, and so I was off for 3 months, and coming back this time has been a lot different. I'm going to be 41 in a couple weeks.
I got you beat.
But I'm not as young as I used to be. And, you sit there. I was just starting to get back in the gym and get in pretty good shape. Then down the hill with that again, and the depression of sitting inside. I'm an outside person.
Exactly. I hear you. It was tough, especially for me getting back to it.
But
mind over matter. You've
Absolutely.
got to push through. You've got to push through. And there are days you want to sit there, feel sorry for yourself.
Oh, yes.
But you can't, because you have so many girls, women who look up to you. Your kids, your children look up to you.
Well,
and so
that's
you've
the
got to
thing. I
continue.
have a daughter that's 6 now, and I'm not about to let her see me quit anything
Good
or
for you.
cry. So when things are really bad, I get on a horse, I go in the pasture, and I cry with them.
Exactly.
Those horses know more about my story and my pain than anybody, and they are the ones that have turned it around for me.
I feel you, yeah.
But I find the pride in that, and going out there and doing things, especially when you're coming back after injury, when you know it's going to hurt, when I know that I'm going to go to bed with pain, I'm going to probably wake up with pain, and a lot of that has to do with getting back on the horse. I have to fighting your mind about weighing that all out. In the end, my connection with a horse and my love for what I do has helped me overcome that, but I'm not going to say it's not without struggles, and there are still not days that I don't have to sit down and tie my shoes and say, okay, it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
And I can feel sorry for myself for just a few minutes until I catch that horse, and don't let them know that I don't want to be out there 100%.
That's right. And how did this affect you? How did the injury affect you?
Well, obviously we have a couple of kids, and if for folks that listen to our podcast possibly know that I'm not the horse person as much. I kind of came into it with a very good teacher, but I've been into it about 15 years now with Jackie. So I got to do a lot of things that I wasn't as comfortable with.
Yeah.
But we're lucky to have the mentorship and the podcast and some of those things as well that we still facilitate. So it's time for us to grow those when that happened. So it made me a little bit more work there. But my job is to support. My job is to help as much as I can. And when it comes to the horses, my job is to say, yes, ma'am, how can I do that better? What would you like me to do?
That's great.
I think husbands can probably learn some from that sometimes with their hard, stubborn barrel racers. But I'm not here to preach to anybody, because I certainly make it sound easier than what it was.
Yeah.
But we just fought through it. That's all you can do.
It's all you can
take
do.
day by day. You don't try to look too far ahead in the future. You make the most of the time you have, and you just try to press and fight as much as you can. So.
That is exactly right. Right.
And I will say kudos to him, because when I hurt my neck again and it was really bad, I'm not going to say that we didn't have the conversation like, maybe it's time to hang this up. Maybe it's time to go down a different road now at this point in our life. And I will say he never, ever encouraged me to quit.
That's amazing.
I wish I did what I love for a living like she did. And I think there's a very small handful of people that are talented at doing this and teaching and some of those things, but are able to do what they love more than anything for a living. And that's something I'll never take away from her. That passion, you remove that passion, you remove her.
Exactly.
That's her. So that's not something that we can change.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much for being here. I would love to catch up with you guys later if we can. We are here all weekend.
So are we. So are we.
All right. So if you are here at Equifest of Kansas, stop by.
We have a little booth as well. We're going to be doing some podcasts out in the lobby, so come and check us out.
She's going to be doing a clinic tomorrow, I think, and Sunday, and a jackpot. So stop by, check us out, and thank you. Thank you so much.
We love it. Thank you.